Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dal, and Blizzard just recently surprised us with an amazing update regarding WoW's recent 20th anniversary event, which released just last week. A lot of players have been diving into all of the new festivities, from the new time-walking dungeons, the time-walking raid, world bosses, and cashing up a bunch of their characters when it comes to gear and levels, while also earning up bronze celebration tokens, a unique currency available during this anniversary event that is used to buy some of the unique collectibles, though a lot of those collectibles that are most sought after are kind of expensive as of right now. With everybody trying to scrounge together every single open world and weekly activity just to get as many of these tokens, players are finding themselves a little bit frustrated when it comes to being able to purchase some of those items immediately, and Blizzard is giving everybody a bit of a leg up as they're buffing up all weekly activities with additional bronze gains, which allows players to easily farm up to 90 plus tokens weekly, allowing you to buy up all your tier 2 sets much quicker, and allowing you to get to the point where you can actually start farming tokens, as you'll be able to unlock a meta achievement that allows you to start earning those tokens from repeatable 20th anniversary activities. And I wanted to cover this update and how to start maximizing your token gains with this massive new buff for token acquisition. As always, if you want to see more guides for the WoW Within expansion, be sure to follow the channel and subscribe. But otherwise, let's dive right in. First of all, I want to go over all of the weekly activities that just got beefed up with this brand new update, as well as how you can start farming the currency. So out of all of the different weekly activities, they really ended up bolstering a lot of the Dornogal and Kazagar and the War Within activities specifically, because those previously gave you barely any tokens, maybe one, maybe two if you were lucky, but they really were underperforming compared to the activities you could do in Caverns of Time, so they recently upgraded them quite a bit. First of all, we have the Dornogal weekly activities, which can be either one of the three. On your main character, it's usually only one of these at a time. However, it's either going to be the World Soul or Call of the World Soul quest, which gives you an option either to do one of the open world activities like Theater Troop, World Quest, do a dungeon, or kill some of the world bosses and rares. And that's one of those activities that can award you additional tokens, which on this character I've already done so he doesn't show up as a warband, but we will still add it to my quest log in order to showcase the entire list of all the weekly activities. However, in your main, you only get to do either the World Soul one or the Disc one, which your alts can also do, or the weekly quest for the open world delves specifically. So you have three different weekly quests that your main can usually participate in. However, if you level a brand new character, as you can see, I can pick up all three of these quests at once on a character that hasn't done these in a while. So if you have an alt that is behind on the weeklies, that is behind on Sparks, you'll actually have access to all three of these activities, which means that every single one of them can drop you tokens. Previously, all of these weekly activities only used to drop you 2 tokens each, but now they've been upgraded to 10 tokens instead, which makes every single one of these weeklies way more useful. Like I said before, your main is only going to get one of these at a time, so that still is 10 tokens that you could collect immediately. But if you have an alt that hasn't done these, that's a little behind, that you're just getting to max level, ideally you should be able to pick up all three and get 10 tokens from all three of them, unless they end up changing this with the update that goes live tomorrow, or I guess by the time you're watching this video today. We don't exactly know if it's going to retroactively work, but if it does work retroactively for all of your alts, that's potentially 30 tokens that you can get just from a couple of weekly activities. Another set of activities that also got buffed up are any of the bonus holiday quests, like for example your time walking quests, your world quest bonuses, or even things like arena skirmish bonuses, BG skirmish bonuses, dungeon delve bonuses. Any of the weekly bonus events, all of those will now award you 10 bronze tokens. But with that alone on your main character, with the weekly quests and the weekly event quests, that's 20 tokens that you can collect immediately on a single character. Outside of this, all of the open world activities from Theater Troop that is held in the Isle of Dorn, as well as further down in Ring of Deeps, we have ourselves a couple of these, like Awakening the Machines, as well as the Wax Treasure Finding or Snuffling, however you may call it. In Hollowfall, we have ourselves Spreading the Light event, as well as later further down in Ashkahed, we have ourselves the Ashkahed Pacts. Or every single one of these activities will now award you 8 tokens weekly per activity. So if you get all of these done, which doesn't take long to do at all on a single character, whether it's your main, whether it's your ult, that is potentially up to 40 tokens alone that you can get a week, which is massive. This basically covers the cost of an entire one of the class sets that's available during the 20th anniversary, after you get your initial discount. But put together these activities in the open world plus one of these weekly activities plus the bonus event, you're looking at 60 tokens a week guaranteed, which is basically a class set if you haven't acquired one already, which on its own is already a lot. 60 tokens a week guaranteed per character is insane just for doing a couple of weeklies, but we're not even done yet, because each zone also has special assignments, and these kind of rotate depending on the zone. But right now, a special assignment is active in Outlaw, and these are being upgraded to also provide you 8 tokens each. With 2 special assignments a week, you look at 16 additional bonus tokens for doing a couple of world quests, which you'll probably will be doing, especially if you have the world soul quest to do a bunch of world quests as is. So you'll be basically hitting 2 birds with 1 stone. Also, war within world bosses specifically, not the world bosses within the anniversary events, but specifically world bosses within the Khazalgar zones, all will now award 8 bronze tokens as well. These are really easy to do. You can group up for them. These are great for gearing your ults, especially if you got a bunch of fresh characters coming up for 1105, which I got going on right now anyway. So since you're going to be killing these as is, that's just 8 bonus tokens that you can collect while gearing your side characters. Also, slaying Queen Ansaric on any difficulty of the raid, whether you look at it LFR, normal, heroic, but I think also story mode counts for it as well. But slaying Queen Ansaric will now award you 15 bronze tokens, where previously it awarded you only 3. And again, this can be done on any difficulty, and you can easily queue for Queen Ansaric directly. Navigating over to the raid finder, you go to Queen's Fall, and it literally takes you straight to Queen Ansaric, but also Silken Court. So 2 bosses for you to slay, but really easy to do, and anybody could jump into this immediately, as long as you have decent enough item level or the bare minimum to get into the LFR version of the raid tier. Though those of you that are more PvP inclined will be happy to hear that all of the original PvP activities have also seen a bit of an upgrade when it comes to the amount of tokens that you can collect from these types of activities. For example, your weekly raid PvP event is also now going to award you 15 bronze celebration tokens, which is fantastic for players that are looking to cap out the conquest for the week anyway. But also all of the other casual PvP activities like preserving skirmishes, for instance, or battlegrounds, or potentially Hollowfall Spark Quest, or really any open world Khazalgar Spark Quest, world PvP quests, but also brawls, which are available every single day. All of those more casual open world and instance activities for PvP also award you 8 bronze celebration tokens each. So that's an opportunity for you to earn up to 24 additional tokens just from some casual PvP activities, combined together with the 15 from the raid PvP activities, and you're looking at some really big token gains just from PvP alone. This in particular is amazing for players that mostly focus on PvP content in the War Within, because PvPers in particular had a very limited token opportunity when it comes to for them just focusing on their favorite piece of content. But while delvers and raiders and dungeoneers and players that play out in the open world had a lot more opportunities to be able to get a bunch of tokens, PvPers were stuck with the short end of the stick. But this update really turns it around to make sure that all of your PvP activities are now properly rewarding you with additional anniversary loot. So all in all, you're looking at potentially the ability for you to gain up to 90 tokens that you can earn per week on a single character, which is quite a number. However, majority of this update is here mostly just to let players be able to earn a lot more tokens by focusing on their favorite activities. Like if you're a PvPer that just wants to PvP, you would rather not do delves or raid, you should be able to get a lot more tokens just from PvP alone. The same thing goes for players that mostly do dungeons and raids. Same thing goes for players that like open world content and delve activities. Basically, if you just focus on your favorite activity within War Within, so like let's say you don't want to PvP ever, you don't want to step a foot in a brawl, you now technically don't have to, and now you're able to earn a lot more tokens just from focusing on your favorite activity. However, there's always going to be a plenty of players that are going to be very try hard regarding these tokens, so this gives them an opportunity to collect even more tokens than ever before by dipping their toes into a variety of different forms of endgame content in order to be able to maximize your token gains, which is awesome. And while we're talking about weekly activities, we also shouldn't forget all of the other ways that you can earn tokens just from the Caverns of Time itself, as the Caverns of Time has a variety of different quests and weekly events that will still continue to award you additional tokens, where you can still earn up to 18 tokens from things such as bonus XP refresher. Every time you go to refresh the XP on your character once a week, you'll be able to get a couple of bronze tokens there. The Anniversary World Boss quest that is available from Isaac Kadarov, the Classic Time Walking quest, the Blackrock Depths weekly event, Chromie Codex quest, as well as the Corex Revenge quest. All of those together within Caverns of Time weekly will still continue to award you 18 tokens, so you're looking at up to 108 tokens that you can potentially get once a week. And once you get your first 100 tokens during the 20th anniversary, this is where you can unlock the ability to start farming these tokens. Now, for the most part, most of these tokens can be acquired through weekly activities, but there's no real way to farm them until you get your first 100 and unlock the achievement token collector. I'm not really sure exactly what Blizzard decided to lock away the ability to farm these tokens until you get your first 100, but now that you're getting so many more tokens from your weekly activities, you're going to be able to hit this achievement very, very quickly, which will actually give you not only the meta achievement for token collector, but also unlock the ability to earn bronze celebration tokens from repeatable 20th anniversary activities. And there's quite a few activities that are on the table that will now be farmable. Things like the Blackrock Depths raid bosses. Every single boss you slay will start to drop tokens. The Anniversary World bosses will be slayable every single day, and you could farm them for more bronze tokens. For completing classic time walking dungeons, just the completion gives you some more tokens. Codex of Chromie scenario completions, which doesn't take that long to do, really easy, but also daily quests from Corex Revenge, which are not really farmable since they are a daily, but it is still another avenue for you to be able to earn even more tokens. But it gives you multiple different ways, from open world content to dungeon content to scenario content to even PvP content like Corex Revenge, so at least it gives you a lot more opportunity to farm these tokens. The question, however, still remains, and Blizzard hasn't really given us that answer yet, but the repeatable activities, the Blackrock Depths raid bosses, the Anniversary World bosses, Classic Time Walking dungeons, Codex Chromie, and daily quests from Corex Revenge, we don't really know exactly how many tokens these will drop as a repeatable activity. So that is something that's still a little bit up in the air. We never got to test this over in the PTR, and they never really gave us specific numbers regarding all those repeatable activities. But at the very least, it gives us an opportunity to be able to farm these tokens even more. And I'm pretty sure the community is going to figure out very quickly which of these events or which of these activities is probably going to be the most efficient, though hopefully they'll end up balancing all of them out so they're all evenly efficient when it comes to farming either one of these activities on any one of your characters. But with that, that's going to be everything you need to know so far regarding how to farm up and collect a bunch of new celebration tokens during the 20th anniversary as of this most recent 11.05 update. But with that, I want to thank all of you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you guys did enjoy this update. If you did enjoy it or found it informative, go ahead and give this video a like. I would very much appreciate it. Join our Discord community if you got any questions regarding patch 11.05 20th anniversary update, or if you got any more questions regarding token farming and getting up-to-date information on how to farm them efficiently. Also, let me know all your thoughts in the comments down below, and as always, I'll see all of you guys in the next one.